The business though, it's such a big business, Nathan, and a lot of people don't realize the scope of it. It's, I mean, I think it's the biggest business in the world. What you're referencing, it seems like almost everything doesn't matter what the industry is, it's all tailored around that business model and getting the best return for what they call that merchandise. And they do a really good job of keeping this out of the public eye. But a lot of people just don't understand and don't fathom that everything that we're talking about when it comes to these trafficked little ones goes all the way up to the very tippy top of the governments, to the very top. And some people struggle to understand that that's a reality.
I think the fundamental problem tends to lie in the fact that people don't understand what radical intelligent evil is.
Yeah.
There is an ancient hate that has been around for a long time that hates
Yeah.
humanity, that abhors mankind and loves violence,
Yeah.
loves the destruction of innocence, loves the eradication of hope, that feeds off, that predatorily feeds off of, or parasitically feeds off of the destruction of people's joy, despair. It's the fuel source for the kingdom of darkness is truly this bondage. It's that suffering. It's that anguish of soul. It's the tormented, agonized bondage that people are put in. And so that's that master of hate that has been around, the serpent of old, the devil has been around a long time. But there's this hierarchical ruling power that exists in the kingdom of darkness that has many different players, many different immortals, that fallen ones that are competing and have this lust, this absolute need to recharge the battery bank of iniquity. And that power source needs to be replenished constantly. They're cut off from the power of the Most High. And because of that, they needed a new battery bank to pull from. And for them, that is transgressions, that's iniquities, that's sin, that's lawlessness. And that is why when you get to the culmination of the story, you get to Revelation, it literally describes the kingdom of Babylon trafficking in the souls of men, that the currency and the modality of exchange that this nation state, this empire will have, is the souls of men becoming currency, becoming literally monetized, digitized batteries. This is the promised fulfillment of what would come to pass. And so the empire that's been built is very similar model to the principles of the mutually assured, all of these militarized dominance, global domination, that hey, we are going to build such a level of destructive power and we're going to keep it buried underground, buried underwater in the depths of the sea, hidden in silos, and we will never use it unless we all use it at the same time. And that to me is really what has built this kingdom of corruption, that when we open our eyes and look around and we're like, why is it that the wicked prosper? It's nothing. David said the same words long ago. He has seen, and righteous men have seen from time immemorial, that it sure seems to be that the wicked look out for each other because they all have blackmail and dirt and garbage on each other. There's a
Every
reason
bit.
that they're willing to pass their children through the fires to Moloch, and they're willing to go gather in these groves, just like the kings of Israel did, just like these rulers of even the best nations that we ever thought of in history. Ultimately, this corruption comes in. Ultimately, the demonic moves in, and ultimately it devours and consumes and destroys, unless the kingdom of righteousness unless the people of the Most High will rise up and rebuke that and drive it out and bring the gospel of the kingdom in. It will always just dive down into the depths of that, because that is what the kingdom of darkness finances. It's what it rewards. It's what it prospers. And that's where the power bank is ultimately seated. All of these world leaders and these global elite, they are tapped into, as I call them, agents of evil. They are tapped into that battery bank, and they are the ones that are feeding that kingdom. And so they're the high priests in that world, and they are the ones who are given that power. But otherwise, this is why Satan was able to go there with the Messiah and say, listen, all of you just bow down and worship me, and I'll give you all the nations of this world. They're all under my dominion. And he's not called the God of this age for nothing. These are realities. These are corporal realities. And these rulers in the families that I came from, and the ones that were far more powerful from them, have tapped into that and are willing to compromise, are willing to give one of their children over. Like my family, literally, if I wanted to be a part of that trust fund and be a part of the financiers of that kingdom, I had to give them my firstborn daughter, just for
Absolutely.
parental rights, they say, just for a couple weeks out of the year. We'll give her back to you, but you just let us have her for a little while. And I was like, there is nothing on this earth that's worth it to me. There's nothing on this earth that's worth it to me than to sell out so that I can have my power now, because that to me is ultimately what keeps this whole deck of cards going. But at the end of the day, the Father will breathe on that and destroy it and expose it and lay it bare. And you know what? This is why we must learn our authority in the Messiah. We must learn how to walk in the anointing that Jesus Christ had and cast out these demons and deliver people from the bondage that is with them, so we can expel the darkness from our own selves first and foremost, to sanctify our hearts and to become the ones who fear the Most High and not walk in humility, not walk in the fear of men or the fear of death, like it says in Romans 8. I love this one. It says, "For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worth comparing with the esteem that is to be revealed in us. For the intense longing of creation eagerly waits for the revealing of the sons of Elohim. For the creation was subjected to futility, not from choice, but because of him who subjected it in anticipation. For the creation for the creation itself also shall be delivered from the bondage to corruption into the esteemed freedom of the children of Elohim. For we know that all creation groans together and suffers the pains of childbirth together until now. And not only so, but even we ourselves, who have the first fruit of the Spirit, we ourselves also groan within ourselves, eagerly awaiting for the adoption, the redemption of our body. For in this expectation we were saved. But expectation that is seen is not expectation. For when anyone sees, does he expect it? But if we expect what we do not see, we eagerly wait for it with endurance. And in the same way, the Spirit does help in our weaknesses. For we do not know what we should pray, but the Spirit himself pleads our case for us with groanings unutterable. And he who searches the heart knows what the mind of the Spirit is, because he makes intercession for the set apart ones according to Elohim. And we know that all matters work together for the good to those who love Elohim and to those who are called according to his purpose. Fundamentally, he is the one who has the ability to take all of this horrific, unimaginable evil and reveal it to all the mankind, lay it bare before us all, and not allow it to be wasted, not allow the evil to be for nothing. But he is the one who can redeem it and work it together according to his purpose in the right time.